to ask the age-old question of what are you listening to? And of course, it's that all new punk. And today we've got plenty of songs here for you. Today, actually, in this list, there are, I think, almost no repeats. In fact, only 2 bands on this show or on this episode have been on this show before. We have a lot of new people. So that is pretty exciting. And I'm really looking forward to that one. I've got 15 songs already for this week, and I've saved a few extra ones for next week, which will be in a subathon next week. And originally I said we wouldn't do that all new punk, but like, why would we not, right? We'll be here. We'll be live. We'll be hanging out. Might as well do it anyway. It's a part of the show. It's a part of the substance. It's part of the process. Something. We'll also be doing WBRP and some other stuff during the subathon, so make sure you check it out. Twitch.tv/Colin M. Parker, live, starting February 20th through ? However long the subs go. Okay, welcome in, everyone, to that all-new punk. Up first, we've got a song called Hey Dude by a band called Hedge, and we're going to jump right on in.
Listen to the station on a beach vacation, playing down a BT and Daniel and go. Haven't finished grade school, friends won't think that it's cool. Double A's who walk in and some cheap shit phones. Hey dude, hey man, hey hey, are you listening? Hey dude, hey man, hey hey, are you listening? Hey dude, hey man, hey hey, are you listening?
Okay, right off the bat, I do like this sound and the overall feel. The guitar is way too loud. This guitar is absolutely crushing everything else beneath it. And I think that's just simply too much. Also, you are all now no longer in timeout. Well, you weren't in timeout, but it was someone's redeem. There you go. Oh, that's so funny. I think that it was only Minnie that had to use emotes. That's pretty funny. Well, Minnie, we'll fix that. We'll fix that for you. Anyway, yeah, it's a pretty guitar forward theme. I like this little breakdown section. You are special. I don't know, I like this, but again, the guitar is so overpowering. It's really hard to... Ooh, I like that ending, though. I think if this was mixed differently, I would have really felt very differently about this. But, I kind of feel like I do agree. I think this is maybe... Sorry, one sec. I got to move OBS. I'm covering my... Or rather, the tier maker was covering the songs. Yeah, I think just because of how this went, I might go ahead and put this at the 4 spot. I think that if you fix the audio, you've got yourself a good possibility here, but as it stands, I think it just has to drop down. Okay, well, moving right along, it is Nothing Brings Me Back by the Rude Tins. A ska song? I can't do the full dance because I'll shake the camera too much. I started to do like the ska dance a little bit, but like even like lightly doing it was like shaking my whole desk. So I won't do that. This is fun. This is the first time, despite this playlist constantly putting in like punk adjacent songs, this is the first time that we've gotten new ska music in the playlist. And so like that is really cool. I think it's really, really hard to do good horns. I think the trumpet is not surprisingly loud, as loud as it should be, or maybe it just needs a little bit extra treble because it's mixing in a little bit too much with the guitar, I think, in the same range. The trombones, though, are good. Good horns. Good horns, you know, like the trombone and the trumpet. But the trombone sound is really, really solid. It's really good playing. The problem is we have half of the chat saying 3, half the chat saying 1. So I might compromise and put this at 2, at least for the time being. That being said, personally, maybe it's just because I'm a recovering ska kid, but there's a small part of me that does kind of want that at 1. But like, it's also crazy because I feel like I haven't heard as many new ska bands in recent years. Millington is probably the only one that I've really been seeing get any kind of mainline focus. So damn, dude, like Rude Tins, I was not familiar with your game, but I am now. This is really good. I like pretty good, like overall quality production. This is also crazy to me, and I'm just now finding this out. This is a band that is from Germany. I don't think I've heard of a German ska band since like the 90s. So like that's also kind of exciting. Like that is to be a German ska band and to make it onto like the international playlist for like new music. That's pretty huge, actually. That's pretty big for a band of that size. Excuse me. It's like a 7-piece band, as most of them are, right? Famously, I was once in an 8-piece ska band, and we called ourselves the Rocktagon. But every other band that I was in after that was either 6 or 7 at any given time. German ska sounds... Funny enough, like I feel like German ska sounds like it should have an umlaut over the A for no reason at all. I don't know. So anyway, we compromised with the number 2. So that is going to mean one thing. Hang on 1 second. I do have, it's just on my end. You can't see this, but something on my screen is frozen right now. So I need to real quick. Sorry. Fix this up. Where did this just go? Uh-oh. Here it is, Windows Explorer. That's what is broken for me. Hopefully this will now be fixed. There we go. Okay. Up next is I couldn't click over to Spotify because the my taskbar disappeared and would not come back. But by the way, random, but I love that hat. Thanks. It's a Jeff Ramsey hat, which maybe it'll come back because the Jeff store is coming back sometime soon, like just before my birthday, like the day before. Or no, sorry, the day after. My apologies. On Gus's birthday. So this next song, though, is called No Kind of Superstar by the Lousy Hitchhikers. Bass intro.
But I was always way too square. I kept waking up on the bus in my underwear. Always was a boss, always one beat behind, with best sneakers or dumb hair. Will I ever get there?
Okay, real talk. I didn't expect to have that line get me. Waking up on the bus in my underwear nearly got a spit take out of me.
Get on the bus, everybody's a jerk too. Freaking jerk too. No kind of superstar. No kind of superstar. Computers, Dungeon Dragon, drama, banging, golden moon can barely walk, much less dance. I'm resigned to the fact that I'm a dork in human pants. Always one step off, always one beat behind. With that sneakers or dumb hair. Will I?
This is, I mean, it's pretty kind of like middle of the road for me. This is definitely like kind of the kind of music that I think, you know, early aughts was not like the main sound of pop punk or really punk at all. But there were a lot of bands that kind of fit this exact zone. This is like, it is kind of giving like older, you know, artist. Let's see, it is just kind of one guy and like a band that kind of backs him, but he's from North Carolina. It's all kind of recorded at home, which is cool to me. Like, it got about 1,100 listeners every month. For something that's just kind of homegrown is pretty solid. I mean, like, again, like I enjoy it, but like it's not my favorite. I think unfortunately the vocal majority is at 5. So, and again, if we end up finding something that should have been the 5 spot, we will always reevaluate at the end. But yeah, this has like such like an early 2000s, like almost like this was more ska technically, but like almost like a Bucko 9 type sound. Like Our Town kind of sound. Like I feel like that is right where this band is kind of fitting in for me. Okay, the next song is called That's Me by Nathan's Patience. Very different intro.
Slowly drifting, but I still wide awake. I focus on the things I shouldn't say. I used to drown out all the reasons buried deep beneath the noise. Now the truth cuts through the static between silence and the void. What does it take to feel something?
Okay.
What does it take to stand tall? Never given any answers. Now we question it all. I waited on. I'm so far gone.
All right, like a ballad intro is very difficult to pull off. It's really exposed. The harmonies are pretty decent. Like vocal performance is not quite there. Like the notes and like the writing are, you know. And I do like that already. I'm hearing that he does like that kind of build up in the beginning, then like a bigger chorus, and then he drops it back for the verses. There's a lot of dynamic kind of pushing here, which kind of has like a very theatrical element to it. I mean, I don't know. Like I like elements of this. So much of this like has things that like I really kind of like would go for or would lean on, perhaps. Like, I mean this like in a good way though. It is kind of giving me like dad band, like dad rock. Like this is the band that dad has on the weekends kind of thing. Like if I went to a bar and there was a bunch of dads playing this like at the, you know, bar, I would actually be like, oh fuck yeah, dude. Sick. I'm so glad that you and the boys are still doing stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be the 3 for now. And probably reevaluate it after the last song. but there's still more of the song. So let's kind of listen in. We'll see if there's any kind of redeeming or extra redemption moments here.
Beyond the pain, but the lessons they remain. I'll tell ya, I waited on.
Good guitar tone.
So far gone, the time it takes is way too long. I used to run away from everything. I've grown beyond the pain, but the lessons they remain. They taught me to sustain, and now I can explain. That's me. That's me.
Okay.
That's me.
The ending was a little bit stronger, I would actually argue. You know, like it was pretty good harmony. I like the way that they ended it. Like kind of built up into something nice. Really well written. I think that guitar tone was great. Bass and kick drum could have been brought up a little bit more. Like they weren't quite as present as I would have loved, especially in the moments where like it does slow down a little bit. I feel like you need something to kind of help drive it. In the re-eval, I would probably put that at the 4. I would probably swap 4 and 3. Despite the current 4 having kind of a guitar unbalance, I think that's its only flaw for that song. But that means for the time being, I'm going to snooze these ads for now. That means that for the time being, the number 1 spot for this first set list is, I'm going to guess that it's Pavial, maybe Pavial, Pavial, by a band called Reload.
Why don't we stay all night yapping about something I can't remember? The last class we went to, who rock shows in your house? It's all up to you. When I think about Jordan, that dude turned God, and you said you were the ones that could make us happen. You helped us.
Okay, dude. Already, I do love the energy. So many bands that I listened to in high school sounded like this. There's a lot of groups that like used to play this fast and don't anymore because they're not as young as they once were. But like, I feel like the early aughts kind of brought you probably about 3 different distinct sections of pop punk. It definitely is a little bit 100% millennial high school music. I don't know necessarily how old this band is, but this is kind of cool for me. Here's the interesting thing about the lyrics, though. They are singing in English. This band is from Spain. This band is like not stateside. So like, I always find that to be like a very cool and interesting thing. Like I get that like the vast majority of like the world, unfortunately, just because of the way that our economy and our kind of like celebrity world works, typically like English-based like movies and music tend to do higher. Not always, obviously. Like Bad Bunny currently, like the number 1 artist. But like it's like again, it's about like a majority of like what's in the cultural zeitgeist, right? But there are a lot of bands that like come from other countries that then choose like English, which is their second language, to then play in that. And that obviously to me always kind of gets a lot of respect. To then think of you're writing lyrics in a like grammar and like mental like workload that you probably aren't normally thinking in, which I just think is very cool. The tone of like the guitars and stuff like that is pretty solid. Great drummer. Ooh. damn, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I might personally be like, that might personally for me rather stay at the number one spot. That ending especially was like really tight. Like I would love to see. I can't tell how old this band is. I mean, they look pretty babyface. They look pretty young. You know what? Let's do this. Hang on. Let's actually figure out what their band Google Translate. Hang on one second. Let's see what their actual. Are you serious? Hang on one second. Did that not copy? Can I not copy their thing from Spotify? Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, give me 10 seconds to just at least type in part of this. Okay, let's see what they said. The very first sentence or first two sentences of this bio real quick is Reload is a pop punk band made up of four people, James on guitar and singing, Antonio on bass, Leah on guitar and also backing vocals, and Bernie on drums. In January 2024, they performed for the first time at the Corvera Talent Competition, where they won first prize. Okay, that doesn't quite give me enough. Let me just try this one sentence because I do see something about the 90s and 2000s. So let's just see if this has any kind of conciertos. Okay. Oops. Big typo on that one. Veces también. Some of these words I do know, but some of them I do not know. So that's why I'm doing this. At all their concerts, their main repertoire consists of covers of bands from the 90s and 2000s, although they usually dare to play classics. That's really funny. That's pretty good. Okay, I will give you the first 5 seconds of each song, starting now with the very first song that we heard was Hey Dude. There's that. Okay, then first 5 seconds of The Rude Tins. Sorry, I played 10 seconds. I was just jamming to the horns. Okay, here's the first 5 seconds of No Kind of Superstar. I just realized I probably should have told you which one was which. The very first thing we just heard was song 4. The next one we heard was song 2. This is number 5. Up next is what is at number 3 currently. I'll wait till it actually fully kicks in before I start counting 5. There we go. I'm going to play the last 5 seconds I think of this song instead because it's a better representation. And then finally, this is the number 1 spot. So, I think for me, I'm going to show you the only change that I would personally make would be this. And then you tell me if that feels amenable. Phoenix says fair. Minnie says, I'm okay with it. I mean, listen, if you have anything else that you would want to move, now is the time to say your piece. That's just where I am at. That doesn't mean that that's where everyone together is. I think that like if number one had a little bit of a stronger voice, you know what I mean? Like I would be into it. I do think that 1 and 2 personally I would add to the full playlist. I mean, that ska song was tight. If people don't care about any of the other ones, then I could leave the others out. But I personally I want to see the ska song in there. Leave the others out. Okie dokie. You got it. I am going to do this real quick, though. I'm going to put this in that category. Okay. Well, then that means that is. Oh, 1 second. I forgot to do something important here. That's the one that we. Sorry, I had to download those. I had to quickly put it back to what it once was. Okay, moving on to set list number 2. This first song, admittedly, I heard the first 10 seconds of this song on a social app the other day, and I went, I need to find that song and put it in this list. And I'm gonna be curious to see if you can figure out why. This is a song called One Trick Pony by an artist named Geena Fontanella.
To my island like Cat Von Day. Drive my Prius like a Maserati. Kiss your dad cause he's hot wasabi. Never change, I'm a one-trick pony. Somebody put on the maid. And I'm 10 steps back in my basement. Smoking grape cigarillos and I hate it. Try anything twice. Take me back to the day. Hanging out the window like we were heathens. Drinking red lines till we stop breathing. Think the old stuff is the best stuff. To my islander like Cat Von Day. Drive my Prius like a Maserati. Kiss your dad cause he's hot wasabi. Never change, I'm a one-trick pony. Triple down on the throwbacks, baby. Wonderwall is still
Okay. Musically, I agree. It feels like being back in high school. This has a little bit of like some like earlier Paramore and oh my god, I'm forgetting the other band that I was just thinking of. Vibes to it. I do think lyrically this song is a little rough, which maybe does kind of still bring me back to high school. But Kiss Your Dad Cause He's Hot Wasabi is that's a tough one for me to get behind. Also, driving my Prius like it's a Maserati is... Who drives a Prius in 2026? Especially at... Yeah, just... There is a little bit of... It's not... This is not 100%. It's like a 50% element of... Did I just write the song in the summer? A little bit. It is a little bit of Kesha 2010. But also like Kesha 2010 to me was like a different genre. And so like I was fine with like radio pop being written in this way, which I guess maybe this is supposed to be more pop than pop punk. You know what I mean? Like we have like the punk tone in the guitars. I do think the vocals are trying a little too hard. That's the element of the, did I just write the song of the summer? But like, there are certain elements of it that I do really, really like. And in some of the moments where she's not like kind of, for lack of a better term, forcing it, it's got some real legs, you know? So yeah, I think personally, I'm putting it here. I do firmly believe that we need more like women-led band. Oh my God. I'm putting the plural wrong on every single version of that sentence. We need more women-led bands. Whew. Lord, that was impossible. No. Stop. Don't say that because this chat is going to be forever on the internet. I don't hate women. Look at how outside of Phoenix and Fish. So in other words, three out of 5 people right now in chat are our female friends. That was the worst. Wait, what? Okay, hang on. Stop. Hang on. Okay, we're starting the show back over. Anyway, what's up, everyone? Welcome to That All New Punk. First, I accidentally put it up on the board already, but we're starting the show now. Here is one trick. No, okay. Okay. This is, and you're like, whoops, I forgot to turn those off during this part of the show, but that's okay. I'll let that one live. This next one goes out to Adrian because this is a band called Wavves, spelled with 2 V's, and the name of the song is Bozo.
Stuck, it's killing me. Hanging up the phone, go by your home, and you're with him.
Oh shit.
I'm all alone. I feel so alone. I feel so abused. I think I hate you, and you hate me too.
We're sorry. You have
Dude.
reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check the number and try your call again.
That's it. That's the whole song. So 10 seconds of that is the classic, phone out of service number call. That is a 30-second song effectively, which is awesome. It really brings me back to Short Songs for Short People, which was like a compilation of like bands doing nothing but 30-second songs. And they were all fucking bangers because you had to do so much in so little time. And that kind of gives me that vibe. Specifically, hang on, I'm going to pull it back. There's a lyric in here that I believe is, you hate me and I hate you too. Hang on. That's what it is. It's, I think I hate you and you hate me too is such a good little, that again, you want to talk about like high school vibes. Like that is like classic high school rock band vibes. That song is great. Wow. Great job, Wavves. And like a fully hand-drawn logo. Is this band in high school? No, they are for sure adult men. Never mind. But like I feel like having like a hand-drawn cover art is so like we can't afford to pay someone. We're all in high school and none of us have jobs yet. Wow. Okay, they've been around for a minute actually. That's so cool. They're back on the road in 2025 with a North American tour and a renewed sense of purpose. Same noise, new energy, they say. They've got about 200,000 sorry, I shouldn't sugarcoat it. About 211,000 listeners every month. Like that's really solid. That's a really solid play there. They've been around since, let's see, their first album was 2010. Is that what I'm seeing here? No, I'm so sorry. 2009. It was the first album for them. So that's really cool. They've been out here for a minute and then they came back after a little while away and have jumped back in with some new music. They had a new album last year. That came out in June. So it was a little too early for our show. But if we've been doing this show, last year for the full year, yeah, no wonder they had a high school vibe. Yeah, because that was my senior year. The 2008-2009 school year was my senior year. And that's when they were writing and putting out music for sure. That makes sense. Well, anyway, Bozo at number 1. Adrian, again, shout out to you. You know what? Here, let's do this. Let's do this in chat. Shout out Adrian the IT. There we go. There you have it. Okay, up next is Live. Hang on. Let me say the band name first. The band name is WSTR. Oh, Adrian, the last song we listened to was called Bozo, and it got the #1 spot. It's pretty good. You know what? It was really short. Adrian, would you like to hear the song? Unless you were already here and you heard it. That was so fast. You were in this chat so quickly. That was crazy. Nope, wasn't here. All right, let's play it back real quick for Adrian.
I don't wanna talk shit out of luck, I need a drink. I don't wanna fuck, I feel so stuck, it's killing me. Hanging up the phone, go by your home and you're with him. I'm a hungry. I feel so alone, I feel so abused. I think I hate you, and you hate me too.
That's the song. That's it. It's pretty fast, pretty fun. That's really good. He's looking for an emote. That's so cute. You know what, by the way, I've just realized I think I've got a great idea for a new emote. I think I'm going to take one of the emotes that I already have, technically, the one that has me holding the maybe the heart, or maybe I'll do the one where I'm holding the clip emote thing. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll put into the hands a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. And then we can use emotes in chat. That'd be kind of cool. We could have some community emotes. And so no matter whether you're a subscriber or not, you'll be able to drop your number choice. That'd be pretty fun. I like that. I need to remember that. Hopefully I remember this when I sit down and work on it. If I don't remember, someone send me a message or something. Thank you, Minnie. Appreciate it. Okay, up next, this is the band WSTR. Maybe Waster, perhaps. Waster, I hardly know her. But the name of the song is Live, Laugh, Toaster Bath.
I just got a little taster of real life. Threw away my own inhaler, 'cause I am not afraid to die. Devil over both my shoulders. You don't wanna fuck with me tonight, 'cause I could dig up the past, throw my toaster in the back. You won't miss me, 'cause you're all fucking rats. Through the weather, I feel under the weather. I know I talk shit and I know I could be better. Below the debris.
This is really, really good. Also, I don't know what just happened there with the alerts because no new sub came in. So I don't know what happened there, but thanks for that one. Yeah, I think for now we got to put this at number 3. Like just immediately off rip. This is fun. This is really well done. And now I will say this might change your opinions on things. Phoenix, it'll probably stay the same, but this might change everyone else's feelings. This band is from Liverpool, England. I don't know if that changes anything for you. But you know, it's tough sometimes letting Brits, you know, into your spots. I know. It's how I always feel about, you know, when Phoenix jumps in, I'm like, ooh. Kidding. We love Phoenix Edits here. And I'm glad that you're here for this one. Oh no, he's gone. No, I just meant England. But this is really good, dude. The production value on this is incredible. This band's been around for about 12 years. And like, I can kind of tell a little bit. There's like some elements of those 2010s which is when they would have been, starting as a band. But like, we've had this conversation before as well, right? Which is that the 2010s was a weird time for the genre, and there were a lot of bands that leaned into like the wrong elements of stuff. But this band has seemingly found like the few things that were good about that sort of time period and that era of the genre, and like really cranked those pieces out. That's a really good sound. What's up, Alex? Welcome in. Good to see you. So yeah, I think that's a solid 3, but I think that's going to move up. I think that'll probably be the top, and everything else will go down 1 spot, potentially more, because we do have 2 more songs. This next one is a band called Sex Mex, and it's a song called Spam and Rice. Oh shit. Unfortunately, the lyrics or the vocals are really It's also like, it's mixed a little weird because it is quite literally distorting. Like, I can hear things clipping in this. I feel like things are pushed a little too much to the max. The vocals are a little, I don't know, man. I don't know what to call this, but it's not, the vibe is not quite there for me. I don't know, like, I think distortion is fine on like a guitar, but clipping vocals, and actually I'm fine with the clipping on like a drum machine. Actually, I think it does add something interesting, but like the vocal being pushed too harsh is, I don't know, but like, it's fine. I'm fine with this being at the number 4 spot. Or I'm fine with it being at 5 even, you know? Like, there's some good energy, a solid intro, but I don't know, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was fine. Nothing to really write home about. Also, the artwork sure is something. Just a dude and his 2D girlfriend. You know? That sure is the... Good for you, man. Happy Valentine's Day to you and your waifu, I guess. All right, number 10 is a song called Drone Song by a band that Tara and I have talked about a couple times together, a band that we like called Edgehill. So here it is. It's a good guitar. Yeah.
Never a moment I didn't know she came up the water without any clothes. Send me a postcard, write what you see, and I'll write you back saying I disagree. Man on the corner, an angel in need, and Jesus commands me to buy him some weed.
Like, this is a little bit of a slower jam, but like, it's a vibe. You know what I mean? Like, and I like the vocal quality on this. This is maybe one of the strongest vocal performances that we've heard tonight. In terms of like not forcing or like being, I don't know, like just under refined. Ooh, and then a pullback piano.
I'll be fine. Just another thing I
Oh, good harmony.
It's right.
Oh,
It's a joke, but
Wow.
I don't need a punchline. Don't think about it.
this is a joke, but I don't even need a punchline is a bar and a half. Really, like that song kind of had a little bit of something for everybody in it. Like for specific, like to this chat, like there was some like, I mean, just already good guitar stuff in there, but like, some like kind of sonic noise garden. Sorry, not like the band, but like a little garden of sonic noise there, for Alex. I think like vocally some stuff that like I've heard like people like Fish and Minnie and Small, I guess, kind of comment on before. Kind of a little bit of theatrical stuff in there that I would argue that Maggie would be into. Yeah, man. And just overall, I like Edgehill. Also earlier, because a song was playing, I did wave to Emily, but I realized that Emily might not have seen me wave. So, if she's listening, I waved to you earlier. Anyway, okay. I'm going to download, obviously, as always, like here's the initial one. Okay. So I'm going to start with where Maggie had this. I think Maggie had said swap these three. This is where Maggie was. Although I think some people were saying to swap even then these two. I don't know how we're feeling on those. I think that the 1 and 2 spot are kind of decidedly pretty solid in there. Keep Bozo 1 is pretty funny. The last one I played was Edgehill. Edgehill's got some really good music. The song Double Take is so good. Real quick, I'm going to play just a little portion of Double Take because I think I've played it on this stream before. Yes, I will go back to those in just a moment here, Minnie. Just for people who are curious about Edgehill, here's a little bit of Double Take. And I think I've said earlier, it's hard to pull off a ballad intro, but they do it really well, in my opinion.
Maybe it takes a little while to take it in stride, 'cause that's all you really want, isn't it? I don't know who we think we are.
Subtle but nice bass.
Know when it's right. Thinking, what if it's over?
Like, this is such a good song. And like they build the song up throughout that whole intro. It's like a minute and a half before it really is like full band at full capacity. But like, it's so beautifully crafted. It's so good. In fact, actually, I guess it starts around the 1 minute mark. Here it is.
It's okay, I got it. I'm breaking out the coffin. It's alright, I'm got it. I'm breaking out, I'm conscious. I'm breaking out.
And it's like, it's a very catchy chorus, right? And the first one, they keep it down the octave. They keep it down, right? It's like in like his kind of middle to lower range. And it's like really, really nice. I'm going to skip a little bit to the end of the second verse here. And then he's clearly gone up and it builds and builds.
It's okay, I got it. I'm breaking out the coffin. It's alright, I'm got it. I'm breaking out, I'm conscious. I'm breaking out, I'm conscious. I'm breaking out, I'm conscious. I'm breaking out,
Hang on.
I'm conscious.
Really good. Anyway, that's Edgehill. I highly recommend them. Edgehill and like Dog Park as well, kind of a adjacent band. Great work. Anyway, so real quick, just for the just like Anapa, he builds and builds. Dang. He's a grower, not a shower. All right. Sorry. So just real quick for Minnie's sake, I'm going to play the first two tracks, Bozo and Live, Laugh, Toaster Bath. I'm just going to play the first, like, I don't know, 15 seconds or so. Here we go.
I don't wanna talk shit out of luck, I need a drink. I don't wanna fuck, I feel so stuck, it's killing me. Hanging on the phone, go by your home and you're with him. I'm a hug nut. I feel so alone, I feel so abused. I think I hate you, and you hate me too.
There you go. So that was, I actually played the full 30 seconds because I realized it's such a short song. So that's Bozo. And then this is Live, Laugh, Toaster Bath. I'll do the first 30 seconds to match Bozo.
I just got a little taster of real life. Threw away my own inhaler, 'cause I am not afraid to die. Devil over both my shoulders. You don't wanna fuck with.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in agreement in a way. Like, I feel like I'm fine with 1 and 2 being in either of those spots. I think because of Adrian, I agree with keeping Bozo at number 1 in his honor. But like, I really like, honestly, like, I am fine with putting tracks 1 through 4 in the final playlist. Track 5, yeah, man, you're out there. Okay, here we go. Add to this one, Live, Laugh, Toaster Bath, Edgehill. All right. And that is this set list. So give me one moment. I'll just download this one real quick. And then finally, we are on to our last 5 tracks of tonight, everybody. Let's go over back to the playlist. Here we go. So this first song is called, it's aptly named, it's called Punk, and it's by a band called Riff Wood.
Wake up quick, and I got a ringing in my ears as I fall back into bed.
Oh,
Sun in my eyes, sit around as the day flies. I got aching in my soul, and I'm dragging my feet. Oh no, spinning out of control. Oh no, I don't know what to say. Whoa, 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 whoa.
it's very Nimrod coded from Green Day era. I can tell that these kids are probably, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'd be wrong on this, but I'm going to imagine that this could be like some trouble kids, if you will, because this is a band from Utah. It's a punk trio from Utah, which I feel like, if one of your band members' names first name is Hiram, and you're in a punk band, I'm sure someone's mom and or dad is like, now why would you do this? But yeah, man, Carson, Hiram, and Asher, who goes by Shredder, in quotes, little trio. They started out as a Utah Battle of the Bands band in 9th grade, so they might still be in high school, I'll be honest. Or maybe freshly out by now. I don't know. It doesn't give a direct year. But they've only been around putting out music for 2 years. So this is good harmonies. Oh, Hiram definitely is, for sure. Okay. That's... Okay, Shredder, I get it. Dude, I hope Hiram is the drummer. Dude, this song is... you know what? I'm not even going to wait for the end of this set list. I'm instantly adding this to the full playlist. This is really solid. This is, again, like I said, so Nimrod coded, which I'm already such a big fan of, but like... Maybe the kids are all right. Maybe the kids are coming back, dude. Maybe parents are starting to kick it up. That's true. That might be a 1 for me after that guitar and drums. Listen, we haven't fully locked it in yet because we have not started the next song. Okay. My only thing is that I think that when the drum does a da-da-dum, right? But it's like just a quick little pattern. That's where everything needs to split. That's where everything has to cut. Shredder is the drummer. How do you know that? Did you just look that up? Either way, Shredder, I would totally agree with. Oh, they have a wiki. That's funny. Alex is their manager is a really funny joke, actually. That's pretty good. If Alex was like, yeah, I represent this band, actually. Thank you for putting them on your show. We will be reaching out about a strike, actually. There's a DMCA on you now. Okay, listen, before I hit play on the next song, they're sitting at number 2 right now, but we could put that at 1. Minnie is calling for 1. Speak now or forever hold your peace, because I will follow Minnie's words. Be on the lookout for their next 2-hour drone record. Blue. Okay. All right. Wow. This is a rare occasion, but listen, if you ever see this by any chance, Riff Wood, I want you to know that it's only been, I think, 2 other times on the show ever has a song gotten the number 1 spot right off the bat. So congratulations. You know what? I should probably repeat that. Cut that, editor, cut that part out. Actually, we probably should wait until we hear all the songs, because if something ends up taking over them, then it won't make sense anymore that I said that. So just snip that part and then we'll fix it in post, I guess. Okay. Up next is a band called Remember Sports. And it's a song called Thumb Fish. Pay attention. Okay.
Going through
Okay, another Philadelphia-based band. We've seen quite a few of them over the weeks of this show. But they were originally crafted in a Midwestern college town out in Ohio, which is also kind of on track, I would say. It's a female vocalist and female bassist band. So that's pretty sick. We were just talking earlier about more female-led bands being something that we're looking for. This is... There's a vibe to this. Very short song, actually. Wow, sorry. I didn't realize how short that was going to be. 100,000 monthly listeners, though. I feel like with that number of listeners, I'm a little surprised that it's taken this long to get something of theirs in the playlist, but maybe they just haven't put anything new out enough for us to have heard them within the listings. They've been around since 2015. It looks like, or at least that's when the first album came out. Oh yeah, there were no releases in 2025. So that makes sense as to why we didn't see or hear anything. Like no singles. They're only putting things out fully as albums. So that then tracks a little bit. Remember sports? I do actually. I'm seeing at least 2 people say 3. So we'll stick with 3. And then we're going to take just a very small, short break because we're going to have ads starting in about 20 seconds and I can no longer snooze them. So we're going to make sure that we let the ads run so that anyone who's in chat that's not subbed doesn't miss any of the music. And I'm even going to get the command ready to go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Damn it. Anyway. Oh. Well, it said it's starting, and then I don't have a pop-up that says that they're running. So I don't know if they're actually running or not. I guess I'm going to have to take their word for it. Well, while we wait the 1 minute down break time period that we have as a little bit of a break. Oh, thank you, Britbot. Yeah, now is a great time that you could go check out the merch store. I'm going to add in a that all new punk shirt and maybe actually a WBRP. I was thinking about just like the little radio logo, just getting that as a pocket piece, not like on it. Well, maybe I could put it actually on a pocket. I don't know. But on the pocket. Anyway, oh, there's the ad break. What the hell? There was a huge delay on that. Okay. That's so weird. I just got the notification that the ads have started. Sorry about that. I guess Twitch is just a little finicky. But yeah, I might add that merch in sometime soon. Probably this week, I would imagine, actually. Maybe I'll have that add into the subathon stream. I don't know. I'd have to do that by hand, but that'd be okay. Because I do still have the Be Kind to Yourself and Be Excellent to One Another shirt, which I really love. I really love that design. Really cool thing. I still want to do something that has iced coffee in it, but I don't know what I really want to do with it yet. So I'm still kind of in development on another shirt. Okay. Alex, are you back? Okay, good. Okay. Wow, when you're so used to having music playing both on stream and just specifically on this show, being in a solid 2-minute break of no audio feels so quiet. It actually felt concerning to me how quiet my stream was just now. Okay, so we got 3 more songs left in the show. And I think you guys are going to be stoked about this one. This is the first time this band has made an appearance on this show, though not the first time they've been on the channel. This next song is by the Aquabats, because we got a song from Yo Gabba Gabba Season 2. We're so glad we got to go, starting right now. piano intro. Interesting. Very different for the Aquabats.
Now that our journey has ended, we're out here together, and we're feeling so
Ooh,
grateful.
bass.
We got to go so many places we've never gone before, and we hope we can go there again. We're so glad we got to go.
There we go. Now that's the Aquabats sound that I'm used to. MC Bat Commander has an amazing voice. These vocals are great.
Even if our journey's over, our friendship never ends. We move fast and we move slow. So many different places we got to go. We saw new lands and new friends too. There's so much more out
Damn,
there
dude.
than we know.
Ooh.
We're so glad we got to go. So thankful for our time with friends. We're so glad
Eagle Bones. Oh my God.
to go. Even if our journey's over, our friendship never ends. Even if our journey's over, friendship never ends. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're so glad we got to go.
Dude, that was fun. Listen, Crash McLarson, who's their bass player, has such a good bass tone. And it's like always present in the mix. Like we've talked about that so often that like so many bands do not know how to put like a solid bass in there. Crash McLarson is stupid good. I am also very biased towards this band. Also really stoked that we got like an absolute like burner of a solo in there from Eagle Bones Falconhawk, which is his name. His real name, I believe, is like Ian Falcon, which is where part of his name comes from. No, Ian, it's something else bird related. It's like Ian Foles, I think, or something, or Fowles, maybe. It's like, I think it's where a lot of his name stake comes from. But Jacob Parker, MC Bat Commander, unbelievable stage presence and ungodly vocals. That guy can sing so high. It is like, it makes me so jealous. Like, I wish I had the vocal fortitude that guy had. It's bonkers. Like he can hit like a high C and like as if it's not a problem. And I think he technically sings above that because sometimes he'll sing that note with a note above it to come down to. Crazy. Anyway, I'm also adding that into this. This is a band that we saw last week though, is Brainpuker. If you recall this band, they have like the kind of Elvis meets Jughead meets Frankenstein artwork. And it's another single from their newest album called Kaflex. This is a good list. Yeah.
Take a deep breath inside. Don't wanna make me feel glad I'm dying. Don't wanna make me feel sick. I just decide. And
man.
this is not deep and dance. Or way to take fade
it is still pretty good. Britbot, you gotta stop doing that. Tony Hawk devs, get these men in your skateboard games. Yeah, for sure. Really solid. Keep forgetting that they're from Quebec until they start singing. And then I hear the slight pronunciation. I go, yeah, Canadian. But like the tone, the timing, the tightness of the music is very strong right there. And like those rhythms, like again, being so in sync and like so perfect there. Hard to do with just like quick little passages.
Disease take control. Legal drug named Keyflex.
Damn, dude.
Take my system back, and I don't know what to think about the things you said to me. My brain now is disconnected
Damn.
to my body. I just wanna fix right now. I wanna be fair. Tell me
Yeah.
how they did
Fuck, that's good.
I just wanna fix right now.
Like there's like little elements of like mid 90s, early 2000s Lagwagon in here, which I'm like so into. Love that band a lot. Interesting kind of like rockabilly outro though. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think probably 3 and 4 are gonna have to swap. I love the Aquabats. Aquabats might need to go down to 3 and that needs to go up to 2. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough call, but that is a really solid outing for them. But that does mean that for now, for the time being, your number 5 slot on the last playlist here is going to be the song I Got Tunnel Vision by a band called A Wilhelm Scream, which is a great band name.
Cool.
Oh no. Shit, that's good.
I kept the fever away, hit the bottle and got straight to work like the internet said you better know your worth. Ain't came to look up in a hopeless case. Find lust in a stranger's eyes. Said, who's that rap about to wreck your life? Don't leave my body in the ocean state. Light the fucking fire, buddy, keep on walking. I'm the fucking reason Massachusetts so great. Darling, it's a curse. I've never been hurt by anything. Fucked my enemies to death. Some say I'm blessed. I just come correct. Ain't got a minute to wait. I got a dream to chase. I gotta get my empire right beside my stone cold starter. Just you and me. Not future faking this. I'm not what
I will say, really solid gang vocals here. Like, instantly coming out with like almost everything is like gang vocals on this one, which is really fascinating. But like, it's there, which I think is kind of hard to do. But like, pretty good tone on these instruments too. Bass not as hefty as I would have imagined. But I like the snare on that drum, at the very least. Kick drum also kind of missing a little bit. Well, maybe not. Maybe fine. Oh boy. Well, this is going to be interesting. I think to see how this one kind of breaks down. I want to see if I can find the exact lyrics, because what I was thinking is like, sorry, 1 second. Something is trying to load. So you better know your worth is one of the last lyrics in the verses. I've been a hopeless case, found in the lost in a stranger's eyes, said, who's that rat? About to wreck your life. Okay. 1 second. I'm trying to see what these exact lyrics are, but it's not making it easy. They also have a good line in there, which is, I'm the reason Massachusetts is so great. Sorry, they specifically say, I'm the fucking reason Massachusetts is so great. It's pretty fun. Darling, it's a curse. I've never been hurt by anything. Fucked my enemies to death. Some say I'm blessed. I just come correct. I feel like there's like some really interesting ways that they're playing around the beginning and ending of phrases as well, to have kind of 2 or 3 lines kind of all mean like multiple different things all at the same time. So I don't know. I mean, like I dig it. I just don't know if I dig it more than really anything else on this list. Personally, I think that, oh, hang on, sorry, 1 second. I almost forgot. I got to do the download. Personally, I kind of think this, at the very least, I just swapped 3 and 4. I think just because of like overall, like I love Aquabats, but I don't know if that's like the best song they've ever put out. I might be convinced to do this, which is put Aquabats at 3 and Brainpuker above them. I just, my only thing then becomes 2 and 3 were pretty close for me. The question though for me just becomes, does Remember Sports go first? Yes, I can replay the first little bit of those. Here is Kaflex by Brainpuker. Okay, that's the first 30 seconds. And then here's the first 30 seconds of We Got to Go. Although I might start from where the band actually fully kicks in. Hang on.
Our journey has ended, we're out here together, and we're feeling so grateful we got to go. So many places we've never gone before, and we hope we can go there again. We're so glad we got to go. So thankful for our time with friends.
Yeah, that's really, I feel like the only thing that's kind of keeping that Aquabats song down is the fact that they kind of, and again, I think it's because it's then written for Yo Gabba Gabba, is it's got this like ballad intro and this sort of very slow to get to their, to their sound, because it's almost like a soundtrack piece. Not almost, like it is a soundtrack piece. And so it just has a little bit too long of like a we're waiting to get to the main, we're so glad, right? And like the actual like danceability to that song. Whereas Brainpuker immediately is like, you're dancing. Also, just real quick, I'm going to play the very, very first few seconds of the Brainpuker song real quick. It honestly is giving me a little bit of like the Jackass theme song here. You know what I mean? Just a little bit. Like, obviously, Jackass then doesn't quite fully kick into that heavy of a guitar riff, but, or I mean, like guitar and like whatever. But it's very close. So is this then amenable? Do we like Remember Sports at 4, Wilhelm Scream at 5, or do we want those flipped? I think I could be convinced either way. I do think that number 1 stays number 1. And I'll wait for chat to have their say, since there's a little bit of a delay. The only downside to me moving the chat window for today's stream is that technically I can see it on my screen in a different place, but it looks like I'm asking for chat and I'm looking not where you are, which is kind of silly. Okay, good. We're fine with it as it is. So here we go. So here's the finalized set list here for those 5 tracks. And hey, Riff Wood, congratulations. It is extremely rare. It's only happened twice so far on this show that a song was the first song on a playlist and was also the number 1 track and stayed the number 1 track. So congratulations to you. Okay. With that being said, let me see, what have I not added into the playlist yet? How many of these are we putting in, by the way? I'm assuming at the very least the first 3. Are we adding in the Remember Sports song? Or are we adding in Tunnel Vision? Or are we good with just the first 3? I imagine Small Mini Fish are the people that I think listen to the playlist the most. But obviously anyone outside of that grouping is more than welcome to also voice their opinions on it. First 3 for sure. Fish, are you there? Oh, I forgot about the underscores. So because he's not, that name specifically is not in chat, of course it just tagged myself with it. This is good. Okay. Well, then that is going to do it for this iteration of That All New Punk. Thank you all for tuning in. And I will see you all on the next one. And as we always say here to end the show with a good transition out, is that's the way that the track fades.